Hey class, it's Mr. Falstrom, and in this video, we are going to talk about the difference between dividing a whole number by a fraction and dividing a fraction by a whole number. Go ahead and take a look at the two problems I have here. On the left side, we have a whole number divided by a fraction, 2 wholes divided by 1/3. And on the right-hand side, we have the opposite. We have a fraction 1/3 divided by 2 wholes. And we're going to go ahead and solve both of these problems. And then we're going to talk about how, even though they're almost identical, there's also some differences here that are really important. So we'll go ahead and start on the left side. 2 wholes divided by 1/3. I've already got 2 wholes here for you. And we're going to take each of these 2 wholes and we're going to divide them both into thirds. And I will try to be as accurate as possible. Okay, I've taken my 2 wholes, I've divided them each into thirds. Each whole has been divided into 3 equal parts. When we're dividing a whole number, our answer, we're looking for a whole number for our answer. So if I take 2 wholes and divide them into thirds, we're counting up how many pieces there are. I started out with 2 pieces, but by breaking them to thirds, how many pieces have I created? And if I take 2 wholes and divide them into thirds, I have an answer of 6 whole pieces. I have 6 pieces now. Now we'll look at the other problem, 1/3 divided by 2. In this case, we're going to take the third piece. We're going to take each third piece. Each third piece is getting divided into 2 parts. So basically, we're going to cut each third piece in half. So this first third piece was divided into 2 equal parts. The second third piece was divided into 2 equal parts, and then there are 3/3 in a whole. My final third piece is divided into 2 equal parts. And so the difference is over here, you are looking at the total number of pieces. But what we're doing here for this answer is we are looking at how does the size of one piece change? So we started out with a thirds piece, but now that we've cut each piece into half, the size of one piece, how big is one piece? This is no longer a third piece. So what size is it? So the size of one piece is the answer, and that is 1/6. There are 6 pieces here. One of these pieces is 1/6. So when you're dividing a whole number by a fraction, you're trying to figure out the total number of pieces. When you're dividing a fraction by a whole number, you're looking at how the size of the original 1/3 piece or whatever that fraction is, you're looking at how that's going to change. Some other things to point out is when you divide a whole number by a fraction, you're going to get a bigger answer. We started out with 2 wholes, but because we broke them into more pieces, when I break them into thirds, I've created more pieces. I'm going to end up with an answer that's bigger than either number. Here, when I take 1/3 and I break it into 2 parts, I'm actually going to get a fraction that's smaller. I'm getting something smaller because a 6 piece is smaller than a thirds piece. It takes 6 pieces to make a whole, so you need more of them. A thirds piece is bigger. You only need 3 of those to make a whole. A 6 piece, you need all 6, so they're going to be tinier. So kind of the key thing to point out is basically this. If you're dividing by a whole number, your answer is going to be a whole number. If you're dividing by a fraction, your answer will be a fraction. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk on fraction division. Thanks for watching the whole way through. I'll see you again on the next video.